In this video, we are going to talk about VeChain, some of its recent price action, the important support and resistance areas, and where we can expect the price of VeChain to go in the next few days and weeks. So we'll look at the weekly chart, and what we can see here is that in the last few weeks, VeChain has actually started a slight recovery, after VeChain has basically only been dumping for the entire year of 2025 since late 2024 really. In the last few weeks, since mid-December, we've seen VeChain get a slight recovery, with VeChain going up over 30% in just a few weeks. And if we zoom out on the chart, we can see that this recovery came after VeChain hit this crucial support area that behaved as support twice in the past, once in 2018 and then again in 2020. In the last year, we've seen VeChain dump to below every single support area that it had in recent years, and then recently, as I said, it reached this crucial support area that it reached last time back in 2020, and last time it reached that area, it led to a rally all the way up to the all-time high. This rally was a rally of nearly 3000% in just a few months, and as you can see recently, when VeChain hit that area again, it did get a recovery over 30%, as I said before. So this is a very positive sign for VeChain. This of course comes in correlation with Bitcoin getting a slight recovery. Bitcoin is now at 95k. In the last few months, since October, we've seen Bitcoin go all the way from its all-time high of about 126k all the way down to about 80k, and since then it recovered to over 90k. And with VeChain, it has been dumping for months and only recently stopped dumping, and the last few weeks have been the first sign of recovery for VeChain in a very long time. We've talked about this crucial support area in a previous video as well, and as I said in the last video, although last time VeChain hit that support area, it led to an absolutely explosive rally of about 30x and led to its all-time high, I still think that it is incredibly unlikely for VeChain to recreate such a move from here. Last time it happened at the peak of the alt season of 2021, and the move for VeChain was absolutely parabolic, and I think that this time the situation in the market is completely different, and I think that VeChain will almost certainly not hit that all-time high again, definitely not anytime soon, and honestly possibly never. The reality with most altcoins that did really well in previous cycles and then died down in the bear market following it, like we've seen VeChain do in 2021 and then dying in 2022, most of them just never recover to these all-time highs. We've seen VeChain get some very significant rallies in the cycle, but none of them got even close to the previous all-time high. I do think that it's possible for VeChain to get all the way up to the previous recent highs from 2024 and 2025 in the cycle if we do see an alt season. But I think that the best we can expect for VeChain is for it to reach this trend line. Of course, this would still be an absolutely insane rally, and this would be a rally of over 600% from where VeChain is at right now. But even this would be a very optimistic scenario, and it doesn't seem very likely at the moment. I think that what it would require is for an alt season in the entire market. For that to happen, we would first need to see Bitcoin doing a lot better, getting close to its previous all-time highs, and Ethereum following it and actually breaking into new all-time highs, breaking over 5k. If that does happen, then it would likely trigger an alt season, and if we do see that happening, then VeChain could get a very parabolic move in my opinion, possibly all the way up to this trend line. But even then, I don't think that it could get all the way up to previous all-time highs. VeChain is still in a very clear downtrend in the long term. On the larger time frame, it has been creating lower highs as well as lower lows for years now, since 2021. So it's really not looking that great in the long term, and also it is still in a very clear downtrend since late 2024 as well. So although we do have some early signs of a potential reversal for VeChain and some recovery in the last couple of weeks, it is still really not looking great for VeChain in my opinion. Of course, this is not financial advice whatsoever, but I would personally avoid VeChain at the moment. The next resistance area for VeChain would be this at 0.015. This has been a crucial support area back in 2023 mostly, and now since VeChain broke down below it, what was once support will now likely turn into resistance. So this is the next resistance area for VeChain. And then the next resistance area would be this one at around 0.019. And in my opinion, unless we start seeing Bitcoin doing a lot better and we see the entire crypto market getting a very significant recovery, VeChain will likely struggle with these levels of 0.015 and 0.019. And I don't think that this rally to the trend line, as I showed you before, would be very likely until we see some very significant movement by the entire crypto market. Although VeChain is getting some better signs recently, I still think that in the longer time frame, it's not looking great for VeChain, and I would personally avoid it, as I said. Again, this is not financial advice whatsoever, but that's going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed it and you want more updates about VeChain as well as other altcoins, make sure to subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.